Karl Rove and Harriet Miers, and we found out that Fred Fielding, when I think it was on January 16th, just before the end of the Bush administration, wrote letters to Karl Rove's attorney and Harriet Miers' attorney, informing them that they had full immunity in perpetuity for any any prosecution for actions they had taken. So it looks as if Bush and his people are operating on this whole new theory, which has never really been tested in American history, that a president can continue. It's almost like exerting power from beyond the grave. I mean, here is someone who has no constitutional authority anymore, basically telling the government that you cannot touch people who served in my administration.
So in your words, is Obama already protecting Bush? Go ahead.
Excuse me?
Clearly it looks like Obama is going to protect Bush.
I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying is that I don't think Obama will expend a lot of political capital to fight. Say if Congress comes up with a commission, which is what this guy Steve Cohn, who's a congressman from Memphis, Tennessee, is talking about. They're going to file a bill, and they're going to try to set up a commission whose purpose is to investigate and perhaps prosecute the crimes of the Bush administration. We'll see how far that goes.
Absolutely.
I think it's worth looking at Steve Cohn, though. I saw him on TV last week, and I've got to say the guy's a straight shooter. And I don't think John Conyers, it's going to come through the Judiciary Committee, and I don't see John Conyers stopping it.
All right, we're going to get Congressman Cohn on the show then if he'll do it. Congressman Dan Hamburg, thank you so much for all your time, and get better from that cold. We'll talk to you soon as this unfolds.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll be right back with your phone calls, a ton of news, and a lot more. We're simulcasting live.
Break the law and you're caught on film.
Practically impossible for police to spot plates that have been treated with the reflective spray.
The reflection blinded our camera.
We are under the microscope. Red light cameras and speed cameras are in place to make money, not for your safety. But you don't have to be defenseless against these unconstitutional devices. Have a fighting chance with SprayYourPlate.com's Photo Blocker. When properly applied, this revolutionary product has proven itself to be the most effective device available against traffic cameras. Invisible to the naked eye, your license plate, when flashed, will be overexposed and unreadable to the cameras. Save your money. Go to SprayYourPlate.com. That's SprayYourPlate.com. And check out the newscast showing the Photo Blocker in action, proving that the Spray Your Plate's Photo Blocker works against traffic cameras. Go to SprayYourPlate.com or call 1-800-276-9601. That's 1-800-276-9601. Don't give your money to the state. Spray your plate. And when the cameras flash, you'll save some cash.
A day unlike any other in the long course of American history, a terrorist act of war against this country.
The enemy struck America on September 11th. But who is the enemy?
Bin Laden.
This is his MO.
We have to look to the Middle East. We have to look to Osama bin Laden.
Fabled Enemies is the first 9/11 film to take a close look at the terrorist ties to intelligence networks inside the United States.
Some U.S. investigators believe that there are Israelis again very much engaged in spying in and on the U.S.
I'm aware that some Israeli citizens have been detained.
Bin Laden's connections to the CIA, the hijackers' ties to the FBI, the Saudi Arabian connection, the Israeli intelligence network, warnings and war games, the shadow government, and much, much more. Fabled Enemies. Get the DVD at Infowars.com or see it in super high quality, along with hundreds of other titles at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
SouthSummit.com is the place for top-name brand knives such as Kershaw, Spyderco, Cold Steel, Gerber, K-Bar, Boker, Leatherman, and more. South Summit has one of the largest selections of self-defense products on the web. Knives, stun guns, police batons, pepper spray, LED flashlights, emergency kits, binoculars, and tactical gear are just some of the great products found on SouthSummit.com. Receive discounted prices on camping and preparedness products from Camelback, Kelty, and Eureka. Check out our water storage barrels, water purification systems, and Mountain House freeze-dried foods that have a 30-year shelf life. Keep an eye on your family and keep them safe with our do-it-yourself spy camera systems. Mention that you heard this ad on the radio and you'll receive a free LED flashlight with your order. Visit SouthSummit.com. That's South Summit, SUMMIT, SouthSummit.com. Or call toll-free 1-800-234-8654. That's 1-800-234-8654.
All right, let's go right back into this segment quick here, because I want to go to your phone calls here for the balance of this hour. And the whole next hour, I'm going to take a ton of your calls at 800-259-9231. And we're also going to cover some news I haven't detailed yet on several very, very serious issues. All right, first up, I want to tell you about preparedness. We believe in preparedness here. And one great place to check out is mysolarbackup.com. They have a great unit, an emergency power backup kit, which consists of the Power Source 1800 power plant and a high-efficiency solar panel designed to provide endless electricity. That's right, it generates free electricity. Remember, too, that gas generators need gas, but in a blackout, gas pumps can't pump gas because they run on electricity. The solar generator is like having a silent power plant hidden in your home. Take them up in Kentucky and other states, totally locked down. It's sunny days out there, but everything's covered with snow. If they had a couple of these units, they could run your whole house. But with one, you could heat at least one room, and that could save you. See, I mean, it's just important to have this type of stuff in these crazy times, because once things completely break down, if they do, you won't be able to get these systems, or it'll be very hard. 877-327-0365 is the toll-free number, mysolarbackup.com, 877-327-0365, a great unit. Also on the subject of preparedness, you could hook your little solar power system up to the Ecola Blue, and it runs off solar or right out of the wall, produces 7.5 gallons a day, about 3.5 gallons even in the driest climates. It's like 2% humidity here in this office, and it's still producing about 1.5 gallons a day. We got one here in the office. I mean, there's almost nothing in here, but it's getting it enough for us to all, drink out of it. The other office, it would fill up every day like 7 gallons. This one's so much bigger and dry for some reason. But side issue. Here's the number. Ecola Blue, 800-691-6043, 800-691-6043, or the website Ecola Blue, ECOLO Blue.com. Big fat banners up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. And then it goes through 7 internal filters after it grabs the air and then gets the water out of it. Just an amazing little system. Looks like a water cooler without the water bottle on the top. 800-691-6043, 800-691-6043, or EcolaBlue.com. Okay, let's get in one call right now before this hour ends, and I'm going to go to everybody after that. Steve in California, you're on the air. Welcome.
God bless you, Alex. You're doing the Lord's work.
Thank you.
Hey, I just have 2 points of interest to make, if I can.
Sure.
First one is, here in California, we're suffering a budget crisis, and I just wish that more Californians would wake up and find out about the comprehensive annual financial reports that they have, that they force them to take their money out of their offshore bank accounts and balance the budget and not force us to pay any more taxes.
That's right. For those that don't know, the Pentagon that took over the U.S. in 47, now publicly taken over, they're the receiver arm for the foreign banks. They took the Chicago mobs model they'd had for decades called Chicago 1313, where they took on average about 65%. Now it's up to almost 80%. It's like 67% on average nationally. And they take city, county, water district, school district money. It's put into a double set of books, not for pension investments, but separately. And then all they were talking about is the budget, instead of talking about the real set of books. And every county, city, state, every federal agency has one. And the bankers use that money to then buy up infrastructure. But now, so they don't have to pay the counties and cities the money back, they're bankrupting the shell corporations. These big banks, these big brokerage firms, they were the fronts telling the cities and counties, invest here, we'll pay off your politicians later. It's totally criminal, but it's totally legal. And no one will talk about it. But I made a film about it. But all the documents are public. Just Google Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, and you can read it. And then they have to blow out all the big corporations. People see those falling, and they think the elite's really in trouble. Just like Enron, they've already moved all the real assets and cash out the back door. It's the globalists. They're money laundering, drug dealing bankers who literally own the printing presses that issue the money. and you write your IRS check to them. It's to the Federal Reserve. Was that your point? Do you have one more?
I got one more.
One more, straight ahead when we come back. Fourth hour.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. I've told you for a long time it's important to be self-sufficient. And today, that's more important than ever. We need to be independent in food and water.